bad news, but I got some news. Yeah, I'm back. I was gone for a sec, now I'm back. On a unwanted vacation where I was at. Time to get the thoughts right back in my head. Bearer of bad news, yeah, I'm back. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got some news, yeah, I'm back. First day out, all I needed pad and something to write with. Going out, now I'm in the booth and I'm going in. Feel some type of way, well I tell you now I feel the same. Ain't nobody give me a pop, man, to piss in. Mama never held my hand, running around wildin'. That's what the older Zoes call me. My god brother KG, blacker than any African, but he's smoother than any criminal that I ever seen. Y'all already know who my right hand man is, Mr. Teflon, any living little Pakistan. Man, I missed my man while I was gone in the can. All I had time to do, man, was sit back and think, reconstruct my brain. Now I'm ready to get back in the paint. Double dribble, turnover, now I'm playing defense. Hard pull in the water is more like single swim. The way that I'm smoking, call it the ocean twins.
KWIK Daily Devotions. Apologies. Normative delusions. Sometimes apologies open up with a laugh line. We are in the age of apologies. We cannot read the news without learning about a new public apology that has been offered. From politicians, celebrities, and even governments apologizing for past laws or crimes. One of the concerns people may have with there being so many apologies out there that they may be less effective. The more people apologizes, the more we expect apologies. But the less willing we are to forgive. As people get more sophisticated and see more of these type of apologies, they do hope for more. They hope for some sign that is actually coming from the person's heart. You know what I'm saying? What makes a good apology and what power, what makes a good apology and what power does it really hold? Because this is an opportunity to put the past behind you. That's what makes a good apology, is the power that it holds behind it. Because this is the opportunity to put the past behind you. Forgive me, God, for I have sinned. For thousands of years we have said, forgive me, God, for I have sinned. In the English-speaking world, as far as we can tell, these were the only apologies to the higher power. A researcher analyzed all the surviving texts in Old English and couldn't find a genuine instance of apologizing. But then in the 1950s, Shakespeare wrote these words, "My Lord, there's no need for such apologies. I do beseech your grace to pardon me." It was the first known use of apology in the modern sense, in a whole new ritual, performing our own contrition. It was the first ritual performing our own contrition to our fellow man. It's difficult to apologize, isn't it? And it's difficult to apologize in a sincere, meaningful way. But there's usually a handful of key elements. First, an expression of remorse. When we think of what an apology is, it's like, I'm sorry, I feel terrible, I apologize, those type of statements. Number two, acknowledging the harm and suffering that the victim experienced as a result of our actions. That helps them to feel validated and understanding. Three, you also really just take responsibility, to be real. You just gotta take responsibility. It's good, just to take responsibility because it's good for the victim to hear and see that. 4, offer an explanation for your behavior can help. Then to move forward to 5, offer repair. Then on to 6, commitment to change. Finally, number 7, a request for forgiveness. People usually use 4 or 5 of these, which really means 2 or 3, in their everyday apologies. You are battling between this push and pull to do the right thing, to repair the relationship, wanting to make the other person feel better, but also protecting yourself identity as a good person, not only to the other person, but also to yourself. And that can be very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Public apologies can be even trickier performance. It's hard to satisfy an audience of millions. There are tons of considerations when it comes down to apologizing. What is truly important is the audience that truly matters to you. You see the significance reduction in the byget of the interview, where you have the celebrity on the couch apologizing. They're not taking a chance of having the subject themselves to the interview process from others. They have chance to speak directly to their audience in a way that never has happened in the past, which is a different kind of performance. Direct to camera videos or statements, writing in your own notes and taking a screenshot and posting it on social media. So on one hand, it's a great, you can say what you want to exactly, you can say what you want and exactly how you want to say it. Even with the extra control, a lot of people struggle to hit these marks. The biggest mistake people make when it comes down to apologizing is to intervene little defenses components in there that help them to protect their self-image. Like, all they're really trying to do is protect their self-image. But in the sense of protecting their self-image, you know what I mean? They're harming themselves because that compassion is not like vibrating to the next person, you know, to the person that you're honestly apologizing to. So when it comes to apologizing, we have to remember that, you know, come from a sincere spot. And really, whatever it may be, always apologize to yourself first. And see yourself apologizing to that person. And see that person honestly receiving your apology and accepting it. And when the time comes for that to really happen in life, because it already has happened, it will play out so smooth. It will play out so smooth. So just remember that, you know what I mean? Apologies. Remember, apologies. Wham.